The late winter sun shining on what in Palestinian Israeli towns is a recurring debate, whether or not to vote in the Knesset or parliamentary elections. A profusion of campaign posters in the streets, but also billboards like this encouraging people not to vote. Dr. Afo Egbaria will be taking part. A candidate for the Communist Hadash party, he insists that the only way the nature of the self-styled Jewish state can be changed is by working from within it.
We aspire to have equal rights. If one of the main conditions for citizenship is to take part in the elections, then it is our duty to do so, and it is one of the things that could help us in the future.
The shadow of Israel's invasion of Gaza looms over the process, as do the demonstrations that were held against it. There is no moral way, claim those advocating a boycott, that any Palestinian Israeli should be part of a parliament that manifestly supported the war. At the same time, some argue it is not specific actions that should be the main reason for the boycott, rather the recognition that Palestinian Israelis are as much victims of occupation as those in the Palestinian territories, as well as the very nature of what they regard as a deeply undemocratic system.
If you look at the achievements of the Arab parties in the Knesset, you would find nothing. Nothing. They have achieved nothing because it's a policy of the Zionist movement not to let them achieve anything. So they just use us. They just use us in this fake game of democracy just to show the world, you see, we are democratic.
But Hanin Zobi is adamant that participation is in the interests of the national Palestinian cause, but agrees it is difficult to persuade people to vote.
The Palestinians have different kinds of struggles. Those in the West Bank and in Gaza Strip are struggling for their freedom and for ending the occupation. But those Palestinians who are in Israel are struggling against the discrimination and the racism in the Israeli policies. And our way, and our only way in struggling against these policies is to take part.
Palestinian Israelis comprise some 15% of the electorate. But ultimately, the sparse attendance at meetings like this confirm a trend that has seen their involvement in Knesset elections diminish over the years. Back in the 1950s, 90% of Palestinian Israelis voted in elections. By 2003, this figure had dropped to 63%. In 2006, it dropped even further to 52%. This year, for the first time, it's expected that the percentage of Palestinian Israelis voting could drop below 50. Mike Hanna, Al Jazeera, Baka Al Gabir, Israel.